Hey everyone, how's it going? Next video I promised you guys was about water for hiking and on the trail, and I'm also going to give you a quick little overview of my cook kit that I take with me too. Generally when I go hiking I will take these two bottles right here, and this is just your standard hard side 1 liter Nalgene bottle, and then this is the softer 1.5 liter Nalgene bottle. And on top of that, in my pack rolled up, I will also have a 1 liter platypus bag. These things are great. They weigh next to nothing. They pack down to nothing, and it just gives you that extra little bit of capacity for if you need it. Now, due to the trail reports and trail conditions that I was hearing before we went on this last trip, me and my buddy went on this last trip, was that water was going to be scarce, that natural sources that are usually there and pretty reliable were dried up. So what I did was I actually added this into my pack as well. I left this full, packed this into my pack, and this is a 1 liter made by Nalgene, but it mimics the USGI canteen style, but it's a lot easier to pack away this inside the pack than it is to pack that away inside the pack. So that's why I opted to take that one, fill that up with some fresh tap water before I left, pack it into my pack, so I had it just in case. Now, luckily, there was plenty of water on the trail where we were going, where we were at. The rivers were running, so it wasn't that big of an issue. But it's nice to have that extra added sense of security of knowing that you're going to have the water, not just to drink as you're walking, but also to have for when you get to camp. So you make sure you have enough water to cook and clean for that night, the next morning. Do whatever you need to do, have enough to drink, as I do, make my mixed drinks on the trail, whatever. But so I had all these here, and it actually worked out good because one of the places that we camped, there was reliable water real close by. Well, real close is kind of relative. It was about a half a mile away, so not that bad, but a mile round trip, and it would have kind of sucked if I only had those two and had to go multiple times to go and get water just sitting at camp and doing whatever and goofing off. So it made it nice that I had all this capacity there in my pack and ready to go if I needed it. Now, a lot of people, they will treat their water with tablets or drops, whatever it is. The area where I live and the areas where I hike, there's beaver lodges, beaver dams, and you got to really be careful about Giardia. And in case anyone hasn't heard of it, I know that, some of the people that, sub to me, they're in different parts of the country, whatever. Giardia is nasty stuff. It's nicknamed beaver fever, and it can actually be deadly if it's not treated in a certain amount of time. So I don't goof around with any of that stuff. I believe in water filters. So this is my water filter. In comparison to what it would take to bring the two things of drops or the little tablets or whatever, it's bulkier, it's much heavier. But this is the MSR Sweetwater Plus, I think it's called, or the Sweetwater Pro. And it's a great filter. It works, it's got a lever system in here, so you pump the lever up and down. It gives you the 2-to-1 mechanical advantage. There are faster filters out there, and there are slower filters out there, but the specs on this filter and the reviews on this filter, and there was actually a United States government research study that was published, and this filter, along with what makes it plus, are these drops right here. It's like a chlorine solution. This together filters everything. There's just no chance of anything getting by. Plus, on top of that, it's field cleanable as well. Some of the newer filters, you got to take them apart. There's little pieces. You got to back flush. You got to do whatever. Now, when this one gets clogged, you pop off this black piece right here. It just unscrews, and it's a ceramic filter element inside. And when it's clogged up, what you do is you take this little brush, you run it up and down inside the filter a couple times, and that's it. You're clean. Pop it back together. You're ready to pump water. The other thing that I liked about this filter too is this adapter piece that they give you here. Your clean water hose, this one right here, gets popped right onto that nipple there, and this thing gives you every possibility of what you might need. It's threaded so that it fits perfectly on the top of these Nalgene bottles, but also it steps down in all of the different sizes depending on what you have, like a Camelback, water bladder, whatever it is, and it fits everything. It's secure. It fits in there nice and tight. Nothing's flopping around. You can lay the bottle down on its side. You don't have to worry about stuff coming out and screwing up and dumping your water out that you just took your time to filter. So I use filters. That's me. Everyone does what they like to do. You save weight, don't save weight, whatever you do, that's up to you. Next is my cook kit. Okay, this is the IMUSA, I-M-U-S-A, IMUSA 12 centimeter pot. And most of the stuff in this cook kit I bought from this guy. He actually lives in Maine. His name's John Austin. He goes by Mini Bull Designs, minibulldesign.com, or you can actually look him right up on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel, Mini Bull Designs. He has a little machine shop at his house, and he makes all of his own stuff. He buys these pots, and they're actually, it's like a big cup, big aluminum cup, super lightweight. He makes these lids with a nice little maple knob and everything, so you don't have to burn your hands, and they just work. Around the handle, what you see right here, this is actually carbon felt. And what you do is you wrap the aluminum, it's got a little aluminum handle under there, you wrap it with this carbon felt, and the heat does not transfer, so you can pick it up. Doesn't matter how hot you get the pot, everything like that, it just works great. Inside the pot, I have my just, regular stainless steel nesting cup, and this cup actually nests into the bottom of any of these size, the 1 liter and 1.5 liter Nalgene bottles for storage, but I just nest it right inside of itself. And I take this is what I drink in, what I drink out of while I'm on there, if I'm, mixing up some Kool-Aid, some Kool-Aid mix or whatever I'm doing. And I use this as my cooking pot. Heat up water, boil water, whatever I'm going to do. Inside the cooking pot, down beside this, I have this little scrubby sponge thing. I use that to clean. Over here, you see this little red thing? It's a little combination salt and pepper shaker, so you can put whatever spices and everything, add some whatever you want to your food. And inside here, we have two different things. Okay, first and foremost, this is a windscreen. It's also made out of the same carbon felt, so it can't burn, won't burn. You can use it in a ton of different configurations to put around the stove to get the flames and the wind away from it just exactly the way you want it, and you don't have to worry about it. Also, as a bonus to this, too, you have this windscreen. If you don't have a handle on your pot, you can actually use this to pick it right up, and you're not going to burn yourself. This is also from Mini Bull Designs, and the guy calls himself Tinny, and he actually started out, doing, the penny stoves and stuff like that. This is a case that he makes out of Bud Light, the aluminum Bud Light bottles. Actually, a couple of the stoves he actually makes out of these aluminum bottles, but he also makes this carrying case too. This is called the BIOS carrying case from Mini Bull Design. And inside the case, you can see, I'll show you in a minute, but he rolls the edge over nice, and there's no sharp edges or anything. In here, there are 3 of these little pieces of the carbon felt, and I use that when I'm baking. Right out on the trail, I'll do some baking, everything like that works out great. And I'm going to do a full demo on the stove and everything, and I'm probably going to do a baking demo to show you guys how I do that. In here, there are a couple different bags, and these are special legs that index into the stove that hold this 12 centimeter pot just perfectly. And right here is the legs for the stove itself. Now, Grant, he makes these all himself. So this is the Mini Bull Design M6 Moodoo, M-O-O-D-O-O, and it's all machined aluminum. It's got a nipple there. It's got a silicone fuel line and a nipple cap, and this screws right onto one of those 4 or 8 ounce fuel bottles, and it allows you to refill this stove while it's going. So it never goes out. You never have to try to guess how much alcohol you need in there. You're never wasting any alcohol. You're just using exactly what you need. Like I said, I'm going to do a separate demo on that. I'll get the tripod set up and get it all going and show you guys how it all works and everything. But so, minus the beer, that's what you get. That's my cook kit and water all right there. I don't have any weights on this stuff, but if you saw my other video, my pack fully packed with this 32 ounces of water inside it, this 32 ounces of water on the side, and let's just for argument's sake 40-ish ounces of vodka in there, plus all my food was only 31 pounds, so I went overboard, but you know what? I like to be comfortable and I like to have fun, so there it is. You guys got any comments, anything like that? Let me know, and I'm gonna see about maybe putting a link down the bottom there so you guys can check out Mini Bull Design and see all the stuff that he does, check out his videos and everything. So if you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, go ahead and post them up, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.